Uh, Hi, everyone. It's great pleasure for me to be here with you today, with all of you. And my topic today, from my point of view, personal, is very exciting, interesting, and scared. Yeah, we will talk about taxes. And but don't worry, I'm not going to throw all tax code on you today. So I will share just some interesting stories which happened to our clients in order for you to avoid them. And basically, despite of the topic that it's only for USA market, actually most of them align with any new market you want to go. Yeah, and expand your business. Basically, since conference is about go globally, you should pay attention on taxes. But before we start, let me briefly dive in this topic. Let me briefly introduce myself. You can see all my background behind of me on the screen. But in short, I'm international certified auditor and tax advisor, and I was certified by SEC for signing financial reports for international companies who want to do initial public offering. So if you want to go on IPO as international company, so I can sign reports for SEC. Next, what is important to say that I am CEO and founder of SMAR, outsourcing international companies. Now we operate in 4 countries: Belarus, Poland, USA, and Cyprus. We have more than 60 employees around the world, and I'm very grateful to our team that this year our revenue will exceed $2 million, and we have ambitious plan to have 10 in the next 3 years. So what are these mistakes that often companies do when they enter new market? Section 1202, R&D capitalization, transfer pricing, withholding tax is my lovely topic, never ever the end of the topic related to withholding tax. And sales tax. It's specifically for USA, but anyway, you should keep in mind that in which country you go, maybe it would be local taxes, which not the same like in any other jurisdiction you operate till this moment. So it's good to know about that. Okay, what about, and one important thing to mention, that my team tried to do my presentation as helpful as it can be. So basically after that, you can download presentation with templates, guides related to all these taxes to help you to avoid the mistakes that we will discuss today. So first one, withholding tax. And here I would like to share with you some story. Just imagine you are USA-based startup. You found a great investor, some smart, experienced, handsome guy from Cyprus, and he would love to invest in you, and he will do it using conventional loan. But until the date it converts, you agree that you will pay interest to him. When you pay interest, you should bear in mind that 10% of the interest should be paid in IRS. So it doesn't matter if double treaty exists, you can't eliminate this tax. And it's so common mistake that many businesses think that if there is double treaty between countries, it means we can avoid taxes. But no, some of the taxes just will be decreased. Not like withdrawing till the zero. Yeah, and can you imagine when investor received on 10% less that it was expected, so he was upset. It's actually influence on the relationship between you as startup and your investor. So basically, such taxes, if you don't think ahead before signing the deal, can really be the reason of ruined relationship with your investors, right? And second example is very often when you start up and you still working on your products, you want to get money from, let's say, your sister company, some related company, and you provide like technical support service. It's like, oh, here is examples. And we had, and in this agreement, you mentioned like some words like IP rights, license, or something like that. All these words will cause the withholding tax issue. So basically, if somebody pays you let's say $100,000, $10,000 will be withdrawn like withholding taxes. This can ruin your cash because for a startup, especially when you just started, 10,000 it's crucial sum of money which you can lose. Yeah. And what we have here, also remember, if you are a big company in USA, let's say, and you want to provide shares to your employees as their award, and then these employees started getting dividends on this sum. I don't know why, but sometimes people think that it would be double taxation, and these individuals can't use the money paid to IRS because IRS will withhold also 15% on the dividend paid to your employees who received shares as a award. But basically, there are a lot of interpretations here in Poland, tax interpretations, which tell us that only 4% you need to pay additionally here in Poland, not the whole amount. Because, I don't know, last year it was in tax season, it was a lot of questions related to the shares or to employees. Okay. And next is just interesting stories. You know, there is no tax agreement between Poland and Brazil, but you still can use double treaty rule. So if you operate in country where double treaty doesn't exist, it doesn't mean that you can't use double treaty relief. In UK, actually, it's also play a good role for entrepreneurs. So section 174, this section related to USA. I think a lot of us heard that from 2022, the rules changed. And now you should capitalize your research and development and can't include in operating expenses. But basically here, like bonus at the end of my speech, you can find template for allocating R&D and non-R&D expenses. So there are a list of expenses that you absolutely for sure cannot capitalize, but at the same time include in operating expenses in the year they occur. But I remind you that if you should capitalize, these expenses will be amortized during 15 years. Sometimes company even can survive, during 15 years until this capitalization. So, but also one question that sometimes our clients ask us, this brilliant new Trump code, one big beautiful bill. Honestly, it will not help you. Not, because this bill tells us that now you can include as your expenses all R&D, research and development expenses only if they occurred in USA. So basically, the idea of Mr. Trump is to come back all research and development in USA. Yeah. So if you do research and development in any other part of the world, it still will not help you. And okay, this is a rule that you can read by yourself easily. And third mistake that is important to mention, it's transfer pricing rule. When you go globally, you open companies around the world, not only in USA, let's say you're based in Poland, Belarus, Cyprus, and other countries, you should be aware that all your price should be like arm's length principle. It means market one. And in USA, there is no threshold at all. All prices is assumed to be market ones. But in Cyprus, in Poland, in UK, no. In UK, is the same rule like in USA. There is threshold. For Poland, it's almost $500,000. In Cyprus, 1 million. And the common mistakes that our clients do. When you have agreements, let's say, with USA, with Cyprus, with, I don't know, Lithuania, Latvia, a lot of our clients think that threshold align with each agreement separately. But it does not. If the nature of the agreement is the same, threshold is for all agreements, you can't use several, like 5 different agreements and think that, okay, great, I'm in a safe position, I can not prepare a transfer pricing report. If you above this threshold, you need to prepare a transfer pricing report. Yeah, it is expensive, time-consuming for preparing, so you should be ready for that. And when it's raised, the most the most often in such cases like development services, transfer pricing, licensing rights between parent and subsidiaries, intergroup loans also subjects for transfer pricing. Yeah, you should remember about that. Okay, what is next? Next is section 1202. I hope you heard about that. It's like qualified small business stock exemption. It means if you set the C Corp in USA and hold the shares till more than 5 years, then you decided to make exit, you can get $10 million tax relief on capital gain. But the trick is that if you want to sell the shares, let's say you want to bring another guy on the board, when you sell, this new guy will not apply for this exemption. But if you gift the shares, it will. So if you want to give the shares, this relief will go with the shares. And common mistake is for which our clients sometimes ask questions relate to this relief can't be applied for non-USA tax resident. So if you're based in Cyprus and Cyprus tax resident, you can't use this relief. You will pay taxes based on your tax residence. And next and last but not the least, we have only 15 minutes, it's sales tax. It's the most difficult for us in this part of the world understand how the sales tax calculates and how we proceed with sales tax, how it works, because in USA it's nightmare, honestly, because sales tax rule are different in the states and in the citizens inside states, especially Colorado. Hate this state, because you need to submit sales tax by hand, So never ever I will change us, We still will submit by hand this declaration in this state. So, and the difference is that in one state, it can be charged, your, let's say, service or even SaaS products, it's also the subject of sales tax. So basically like bonus, Here you may see, like bonus to my discussions, you can find the state sales tax guide for SaaS and digital goods, in which state, which percentage apply for you. And it was the idea of some startups that, okay, for 2 years, we will not care about sales tax, will not pay, because it would be cheaper for us than pay penalties. You know, it's USA, guys. You know, ERS is so aggressive. I can't imagine that you decided not to pay sales tax just because maybe one day, you know, it's cheaper for you to pay penalties. No, it's not. And you always should remember, if ERS will find out that it was like a special reason for not paying, it's a crime, you know. It's a crime. It will be you will be punished for that. So even don't think about that. From my point of view, you know, of course you can do whatever you want, yeah. But my goal is to tell you that it's good to expand the business in other countries and to be in safe position. You know, because if you want to stand sustainable and most important, saleable business, because all of us want to, maybe almost all of us want in the end of the story to sell at the maximum price your company, just think about that. During due diligence, your investors, if they find out that something is wrong, the price of your companies will go down dramatically, because they accept this risk when they buy your company. Yeah. So for now, what I want to share with you, you can scan this QR code, connect to the bot, type the code word BelTech, and get all these materials that I just mentioned, including this presentation. I hope it will help you at the beginning to do everything correctly, you know, at least try to do. I know sometimes we are limited with budget because we are running a company, but anyway, prioritization, you know, is very important. So now we have 2-3 minutes for questions if you have some, or maybe you can ask later. You know, taxes is also very, you know, intimate questions to discuss. Yeah, taxes is a topic always, I know, can demotivate to you to do something, but trust me, everything is going to be fine in the end. If it's not fine, it's still no end. Yeah. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, so I'm here. Yeah, sure, you can. You know, it's valuable, you know. It's always value for money in our services. I will think about that, yeah. And actually, today is going to be the prize from us as a partners, yeah, for some even free services from our company, yeah. Wow. Mm. Yeah, let's talk, let's discuss it. And actually, yeah, I applied for CPA by myself, so in few minutes, yeah, so the price is going down for my hours. I'm just joking. Okay, so thank you.
Thank you so much.